Welcome everyone, oh my goodness, welcome to the latest episode of the room. Oh boy, I might actually be having a stroke today.
Sounds you all right there?
Where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I think I'm Alex, aka the Godfather.
I'm Christian, aka Sudowoodoo45.
I'm Preston, aka Funkadelic Jedi.
Yeah, we have another episode for you this week. As you can tell, I'm in a beautiful hotel room.
Yeah.
We're gonna pray the internet holds out. I think it is. It's been okay.
Be right.
I'm in the middle of Tennessee, so I'll
You
be
sure
honest.
are.
It's fine. It's just
You're the only
fine.
10 I
Yeah.
see.
Oh, there you go.
So thank you.
The first
Um,
comment from Preston's comment corner is a medical professional asking if you're okay.
I think so. I think so. My brain got a little ahead of my mouth, or maybe vice versa there, but I think we're good to go now. Um, so let's kick things off like we always do. We're gonna start off by visiting Preston's comment corner.
Yeah. All right. Got two comments from the finale of Tomb Raider Video Game Book Club.
Mm.
First off, by Tori. Let me start by asking, what in the ever-living hell was that? That was one of the most underwhelming
question.
and dumbest endings to a game I've seen in a really long time.
Facts.
Credits don't
Yeah.
even get a chance to start before I had that game uninstalled on my Steam Deck. I may need to go
Same,
and hide
sister.
in my library so I never have to see it again.
We have we have played games on this podcast. Most of the time mine, but we have played some where like you think you hit the pinnacle of like this has to be the worst game we're gonna play on here, and then the Tomb Raider just was like, "Nah, I got you guys. Hold my beer. Enjoy
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this."
thought
It was
the I
bad.
thought I thought for the longest time the one we were gonna hate the most was uh
Prince of Persia,
no, Beyond Good and Evil. You and I,
Beyond Good and Evil.
Preston's most hated was Prince of Persia for sure.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
thought it was fine.
universally, Beyond Good and Evil was the one that we all rated the
Yeah,
lowest. So I thought that one was gonna. I genuinely did not think that was gonna be unseated anytime soon. Um, but Tomb
yeah.
Raider came in and said,
Hold my
you
beer.
know, hold my
Took a
baps.
big swing and hit it. Like it knocked it out of the park as
Yeah,
far as how bad it was.
yeah.
Good for them.
Says, I'm with you, Preston. I would have also liked to just watch Christian play this and not have to myself. Level 14 was the worst version of Atlantis I have ever seen in any media anywhere. It gave me Alien vs.
True.
Predator vibes if a low-budget sci-fi channel made the movie.
I can see that.
Yeah, I wish they would have given us more actual puzzles and not just switches and not consistent cutscenes of where the door is now opening, and good luck figuring out that one. I take it lava in Atlantis creates whatever the hell Natla is, much like how Ace Chemicals toxic waste made the Joker. There you go. There's a little
Oh,
insight. Yeah. The Joker and the Batman.
I It's not something we talked about, but I actually agree with that statement that might be no, that is the worst representation of Atlantis I have ever seen in
Yeah,
media, period.
100%. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that somehow flew under the radar with
Also,
how bad the rest of it was, but that is a good
the
fact.
the chemicals thing. She brings up a good point. The chemicals thing irritates me though because it's like, at least with superhero stuff, there's always been the bit about like, oh, radioactive ooze created a whatever, or there was this runoff that then made this person go this, or
Yeah.
like even with the Joker, right? He fell into a vat and then it burned his face, so he went crazy, or whatever it was, right? Like all that stuff. But this would be the first time that lava has ever been like, oh yeah, no, instead of just being molten rock that burns you, um, it has magical properties now that gives you devil wings or whatever the fuck, right? Like, now obviously we know that lady, I don't know why
Is an
we have to defend the
ancient
lore of this,
Atlantean.
but she's been around, right? Like she was in prison and then
She's
got
a
out of
god,
it, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, it's just like, but even if you're a god and you're this like, I dunked you in lava, and you should just be dead, because the idea, what Tomb Raider does actually set up here is that Laura's guns are stronger than lava.
They're like adamantium bullets. Yeah, that's a
I
good.
mean, if the
Yeah, and
lava
that
of
is
Mordor can take out the One Ring, I mean, you think this Atlantis lava would be able to take out the crazy bitch who's trying to do all this stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's very true, Preston. Yes.
Gold is soft though. To be fair, so it's a malleable metal.
But it's the
Well, the
One
One
Ring. It's
Ring
not
wasn't that
just
soft, but
gold, okay? Okay? That was the dumbest boss fight to end a game and an annoying way to get out of the pyramid before it blows. You could have had her
Yeah.
contiguously pop up as you jumped the pillars to get to the exit, trying to defeat her before everything goes kaboom. That would have made the ending a tiny bit better, or at least more interesting than it was. At least this part was only 3 levels. I agree with Christian's rating as a game in 1996, it's a 1, but as a remaster, it's a 0. Nothing about this remaster gave you anything more. You couldn't even get the nostalgic feel from it to where it takes you
Yeah.
back to your childhood. It gave you nothing, no
Yeah.
shade, but Preston's overwhelming listed, I hate it, but, and he gives some praise, never fails. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to also give it. I also have to go back on that because that is the proper.
Good guy, Preston.
That is the proper remaster of the game. No one, it wasn't just pulled through and just had some like small stuff added to it. Like there was they changed the way it moves outside of modern controls. Obviously, the huge visual improvement, but I found out that I owned. We took it back into the game store. I traded it in, but I have Tomb Raider Anniversary, which is a remake. So feel free to take a look at that god awful trailer to see what a remake of Tomb Raider was a while ago. So it's a fun little deep dive if you want to go into there. Christian in QA would be a studio's worst nightmare or greatest ally, depending on how you look at it. I mean, we'd have way more polished games if he was. Just saying.
I don't know that we would.
Yeah, no.
They would
No, I think they'd fire me. I think they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would
Good
fire
job catching
me.
it. We'll take care of it if we can. Am I happy I had a chance to play this game since not touching it since 1996? No. I am proud of myself for finishing it when I truly did not have to. I guess, I mean, that is time. That is time that none of us will ever get back in our lives. Here's hoping that 2016 is better. I would hate to be you if it's not, Alex. Till next time, Tori.
You won't be better.
It will be better. I can tell you that right now.
There's no
it'll
way.
be better. I actually enjoy
I didn't
some of the
hate
stuff
it,
in the new game, so it'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I 100% agree with Tori. That was really funny. Yeah, that game sucks, dude. It's just like
Not great.
it's like, and it really is. It is kind of mind blowing. I think it shows a couple things. Like it shows one. I think it shows how young gaming is as a medium, right? And then two, like when we, the three of us, have talked forever, for as long as we've all been best buddies, that it's like, oh, we love like games that are doing deeper stuff, right? Like give me more like creative stories, give me more this, give me more that. Like, we all three of us were just fawning last week over Expedition 33 and the endings and what they meant and all that stuff, right? Like we have always been like that. But it does sort of cast a light, I think, on the thing that we talked about earlier when we were doing this podcast, when it was just like the topic show, where it's like there is, like, we are the extreme 0.000, and most of the people who listen to the show, to be fair, are like 0.0001% of the gaming audience. Like most casual gamers, like they, especially in the 90s, were like, that girl's got big boobs, I want to play that game. And then they went no further. It stopped, and that's all they needed for 6 fucking sequels.
Yeah.
They continued that, just shoveling it out and being like, all we have to make sure is that we get those sweet, sweet baps on the screen, and we're done. That's it. Money, printing money. I honestly, this almost comes from a place of jealousy. I wish that I could be as free as those people, like, and just be like, that's it. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
Yeah. And but more importantly, I wish I could have been in the room when those executives in that studio were putting this together, because you know that it must have been like, we don't even know how to spend all of this money we're about to make. Like, once the first one took off and they knew, they were like, oh, dude, this is... Oh,
Just
like,
we just pull these guys out. Yeah, churn them out.
yeah, dude,
Let's make 'em.
it'll take nothing.
It is actually different than today because the formula hasn't really changed. You still have plenty of games like Near and the First Ascendant. You have a lot
Oh,
of these
sure.
games
All
that
the
appeal to
MiHoYo
that sort of
games.
audience that
Yeah.
have jiggle physics. But the difference is today, those games still take hundreds of millions of dollars to make sometimes.
Yeah,
So
and and
it's
here's the
harder to get
thing,
the returns
right?
back then. It was
And
easier
never,
to
but
make the
also
money.
in the case of like, there's two things there, because for like both games that you mentioned, right? Like, there's the near side, which is like, yeah, the director's horny, but also he writes like, these amazing, compelling stories that do whatever. And so then you have people who show up and they're like, oh my god, all of this talking and all of this writing, this game sucks. I just want to see. They won't even let me goon the way that I want to, right? So then people shove that game to the side, and then all that's left is the people who actually, wanted to play it. And then on the flip side, for all like the gotcha stuff, it's like, not only do we have to be convincing in all of the ways that we let players goon about all of these characters, but we also have to make an addicting gambling mechanic that actually
Given,
makes
yeah.
people want to come and spend money, because now there's so many in the market that you're like, oh, well, like okay, there's a new story that hit. It was like the Persona gambling gacha thing, right? And then there's the new Horse Girl racing one that people have been freaking out about. And because those games were overseas first and then came here later, I think Preston knows the story I'm talking about. These, the games when they hit the U.S., they're on an accelerated like battle pass track, basically, to make it so they can catch up where
Yep.
the other ones are, right? So there's two ways that you can do this, and you watch, but like this is how hard it is for people to do this. Is like, there's the Horse Girl game, which is just being like, fuck it, we'll just give everything that the other players had, we're just doing it, but we're tossing at players as in an accelerated fashion. So you go to like the players that are trying to play that game, and they're like, oh, holy shit, I'm drowning in all of this free currency. I don't have to spend $1 to get all of my crazy fucking Horse Girl stuff. On the flip side, there's the Persona thing, where Sega and Atlas, they decided that the best option for them so that they can continue to get money was, well, if we're going to make the all of the drops and all of the little things that you can gamble on come out twice as fast, we should cut the rewards in half so that people feel like they have to spend money, because that's ultimately what we want, is for you to gamble your money. And people were like, so there's a Persona 3 event that's coming to that game or some shit, and players are all over being like, I'm so sad because I'm going to have to end up spending money and I don't want to, but like, I want these things. And you were literally watching somebody battle an addiction in real time. And it's just, all that to say, it's just, even today, when you're trying to make like, there's all these other aspects that go into a thing where, isn't back then, it was just like, Laura, big boobs, ship it, we're done.
Yep. Boobs and guns. It's the
Done.
It's the 1990s version of boats and hoes.
Yeah, fuck.
Steph chimed in on the finale as well. Ow, my childhood. This game hit a lot different as a 10-year-old girl who could buy only 1 or 2 games a year. However, I do recall being at the mercy of my neighbor and his Game Informer subscription to get past a couple of those sections. Good to know it wasn't just me who struggled with it. Yeah, that game is a struggle bus. It does not matter how old you are. It wants you to struggle due to poor level design and poor puzzle design. Yeah, that is it from the comment corner.
So hold on, there's a third comment, but this person asked that I not say their name because they didn't want to feel like they were about to get called out by this.
Yeah, so it's Damien.
No. No, that's, although I'll tell you, him listening to this, as soon as you said that, his ears perked up like, did I say something? He probably was very worried for a second.
Which of my texts?
No, so it has came to my attention that the way that I have talked about this, maybe the last couple times that it got brought up, that I maybe was making it sound like I thought people who go out and purchase a Nintendo Switch 2 are bad people. And so I just want to be
Jake? Did Jake message
No, it was
you?
not. It was not Jake. I would have
No,
just said
Jake
it
would
was
put that in
Jake.
the comments for sure. Yeah, he might be afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have. And also, Jake, I think, admitted, was like, fuck
Yeah.
this, I'm buying it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And so I just want to be very clear. I do not think that anybody who gets a Switch 2 is a bad person. That is not, I don't think that
Will
that's
he make fun of
the
you a
case.
little bit for funsies? Yes.
And I'm not even make fun of you. Look, I think that on this, we've said this multiple times, on this bitch of a earth, you've got to do what you got to do to be happy. So if buying a Switch 2
For
and
$500.
yeah, and doing all that is what will get you there, that's fantastic. As for me and my household, we praise the Lord, so I'm not doing that. I'm just kidding. But I think, like, I was talking to Preston about this, and it'll probably during some of the stuff that we did with our weeks, but like, I think that, like, if I were to ever get one, it'll probably just be through all used channels, right? Like, same thing with the games and stuff, because I just don't want Nintendo to get my money for that. So if I need to go through a used market, then that's probably what I'll do, because I don't want to do that. But no, I just want to be very clear. If you go out and you go get a Switch 2 and you go play Donkey Kong or Mario Kart World or whatever, you have all the fun in the world. You go crazy. I do feel bad for your bank account, but how you spend your money is your money. You do that.
I stupidly had gotten the price wrong on that thing. Like I was already annoyed, so I was like, "Ugh, $450. I don't really want to
No.
spend that much." And like, I know Allie wants
Yeah,
one.
and
I
then
don't want
and then
whatever.
you were short 100.
And then she looked at Costco and she was like, "Oh, it's this much." I was like, "What is that? What does that come with?" And she's like, "Oh, that comes with a Mario bundle." And I was like, 530. I was like, "That is that
That's
more than
with
most
tax.
places?" And then I was like, "Well, most of the places 550." And then I realized I
Most
was
places
a
are
hundred
500.
dollars off.
That bundle is 500.
Not for the Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's straight 500. Yeah, it's
Okay, well,
450
either
for
then it was
just
like
the
$30
system,
cheaper,
500 for the system.
like cheaper than what the bundle was, like $30 or $20 cheaper than the bundle or whatever. But yeah, it was like $100 off in what I in my brain thought it was. I was like, ugh, ugh. It's
Yeah, buddy.
I'm with you guys. It's you do you, right? It's just one of those things where me as a consumer, it's hard for me to justify rewarding them for their price increases on everything. It's not just games. It's not just it's like all their stuff across the board.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't have any way to represent that frustration other than just say like I'm not going to buy it. And I know as one person they don't see it, right? They're never going to say like, "Well, Alex didn't buy it
100%.
this year." It's not one of those things. But sometimes we need little moral victories or stand by what we believe in that. And that's right now how's going to be. How's
And
going
that's
to be
why I
for
was saying, right?
Nintendo.
Like, that was like the example I used, right? Is like, you can go through the used market and then it's fine.
Mhm.
Then like Nintendo, like if that's what you want to do, right? Like if you desperately feel like you need one, like there's used ones popping up at GameStop. Well, you might have to work harder to go snag one before somebody else snags it. Sure, right? Like I know you definitely will. But if you're worried about Nintendo getting your money, then that's an option for you. That's something you can go do, right? Same thing with the games. Like for me
Hey, Christian.
personally, like I wouldn't even like
Yeah.
for me, there would have to be something like I genuinely. This is how like I there is not a game announced yet that is only for the Switch 2 that I care about.
That you care about.
Right?
Mhm.
Like, so
Correct.
for me, like if they were like, hey, Metroid Prime 4, it's exclusive, we've killed the original Switch version, it's not coming out, and you can go fuck yourself. That would be a situation in which I would have to be like, damn, do I need to go find a used one? Like maybe I mean, obviously I would still wait for reviews to see if it's actually worth it or not. But in that situation, like I would have to think about it, right? But in this particular case, like, well, no, I'll just go buy the Switch 1 version. And then if someone's like, but it runs like shit, I don't care. Like,
I mean, most of the
to
games
be
on the
quite
Switch
honest,
1 runs like shit, so it's not going to be anything new.
to be quite honest, every game on the Switch 1 runs like shit. So, like, what,
Except for Monster
what's the
Hunter
difference there?
Rise.
And
That's true, and that's
let's
because
be
they killed
clear.
somebody to make that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
But yes,
Let's be clear on something too. Like, it's easy to pick on Nintendo because they have started this
Yeah.
trend of increased prices in the industry. Our feelings, my feelings, I won't speak for everybody, my feelings do not end at Nintendo. Like
Oh,
Christian
sure.
and Preston know,
Yeah.
I sent a manifesto, not really a
yeah,
manifesto, but I sent a long message to Ubisoft the other day as something got canceled, as I canceled a service. Very long, and called out anti-consumer business practices and all this other stuff. But like if all their games go up
Microsoft
in
just laid
price,
off
then I will be
9,500
buying.
people.
But yeah, but like I
Yeah,
know Ubisoft is going to follow suit in the pricing games. I will just not be buying those games, right? So like it's not
yep,
just Nintendo; it's just my feelings in general. And I've collected enough stuff that I can actually survive the nuclear
Oh,
holocaust
sure.
of
Not even.
video
Yeah. Yeah.
games right now, right? Like if I decide to quit buying one tomorrow, like I'm good. I got what
yeah,
I got. I got what I
Got a
need,
backlog.
right?
Yeah.
Not everybody's in that situation. I can luckily say that, but like it's not just you Nintendo people, and I will own one because my wife wants one eventually. But like, it's just the way I feel about all of the stuff in the
Yeah.
market. But
yep.
And
you know,
speaking about how
good
we.
on whoever called out Christian for being shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
not being
gotta call him
shit.
out.
I
You gotta
was
call him out. You gotta get him in line. All right. I
no,
will want to
it's like I
say
never even said that.
we talk about things that we want to take a stand on. I have mentioned that I'm not buying Xbox games for a while. Nobody called me out on this. I'm gonna call myself out on this because it just dawned on me the other day. Fuck! I just bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. Do you know who fucking made that? You know who owns that company? Who made that game?
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking Activision
buddy.
popped up there, and for some reason my brain
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, fuck!" And
That's a
that was a mistake on my part. Didn't mean to. I will still continue to try to not buy Microsoft games for the moment, but yes, I just wanted to call it out there because I listened to, I was editing the podcast. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to buy Xbox games, fucking all this kind of shit. And then later I'm like, yeah, I bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I'm loving it, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, God damn it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward.
I
to
honestly
playing
forgot
that,
about
and
that.
I am very disappointed in
Family share.
Activision for not allowing that in family sharing.
Yeah,
I'm very upset about it.
yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
didn't
very
want to
cool that
just
they
want to play
did
a
that.
couple levels, get some of the music, let it hit up here, right, and call it a day. But nope,
Yeah.
nope.
I mean,
So
how many days do you have to Game Pass still, or is that done now?
I have 2 days. 2 days.
Well, I'm sure that. Do you think that's not on it? That would. You think that would be on
I
it?
don't know. I didn't.
It definitely is.
All right, just if you want your couple tracks, you go play it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is it for the Comic Corner.
All right. Well, who wants to start off on their week?
Preston and I have a shared one, so you want to? Well, I'll
Yeah,
go,
you
and
wanna
then
go back
we
and
can
back?
end with the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right.
So I've been struggling to think about what I wanted to get into after I finished whatever it was that I finished last.
America Arcadia.
Final
what was this?
Fantasy.
Or did you drop that?
What did you finish last?
6. He finished. You
Hold
also
on.
finished American
finished
Arcadia.
6.
You also finished Pepper Grinder.
6. Thank you. Yes, I finished 6, and then I finished American Arcadia, and then I was like, okay, I don't know like what I'm gonna get into next, right? And I was just like struggling to find whatever it was gonna be. And then I knocked out Pepper Grinder really fast. Preston reminded
Yeah.
me that was something
Finally
that
got
he'd been
something
asked,
to
so I knocked that out. That game is very short.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
And yeah, I agree with Preston on his takes on it. It's super short. I wish there was more there. It feels like it's a solid, like, it almost comes off as like a solid proof of concept game.
Yes.
Like,
A game
it's somebody
jam
being like, hey,
game,
I
yeah.
can do this, but then there's like, but all the things around it that you would want to be more solid, they're like, yeah, we didn't have time for that. Like, we did one thing, and then that's cool, and that's really all we got.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be, that comes off very dismissive, like somebody did not work their asses off, clearly. It's like very small in scope and like very, very short. And especially from a like a platformer, like a 2D platformer kind of thing, you want some more meat on those bones.
Mm-hmm.
But so I finished that and I was like, fuck, man, I really don't know what I want to get into. And I had been sitting there. I was dealing with all the second half of the week of the Wisdom 2 stuff and everything like that. And I'm like, man, it's hard for me to focus on it because I'm still, dealing with all that, and so I'm like, I don't know what I want to get into, blah, blah, blah. Keep looking. And it hit me. I was like, you know what I'm in the mood for? I was like, I think I'm in the mood for a Pokemon game. I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, hop into something there, right? So, that led into the end of the week, which was, so Preston and I went to Play Together MKE.
Game Together, yep.
Game Together, yes. Sorry, Game Together MKE here in Milwaukee. It is easily, without question, the best video game store here in, I would say,
100%.
the one that we went to, the one that we like, are all the way out in, so even almost an hour away.
Well, one of them is a hoarder's
radius,
place. The other one is mostly a comic book shop that happens to have
shop that just happens to have
shelf.
stuff. And I have gotten cool stuff from there.
Yeah, you have cool stuff there.
But even with an hour radius, I would say, of Milwaukee, it is easily, of all the ones Press and I have been to, it's the best one.
Got great selection.
Everybody's super cool. Yeah, they've got like free cabinets for you to go check out that you can just play around with. Mm-hmm. They've got like stations for you to.
They have the Switch 2 there with Mario World if you want to sit down and play it for a little bit with a friend.
Yeah, they have a Switch 2 hooked up, a PS5, and an Xbox Series X. All three of them are sitting on their wall, and it's just free for anybody who wants to come in and try whatever games are on there. So it's very cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
The three of us had been talking in our group chat, just in general. I think we even mentioned it probably last week, but we were talking about, like, I know Alex and I for sure were mentioning it last week about what are we even using our Xboxes for at this point, because of the way that Microsoft is going, it's clear that they just want to be a software provider at this point. Like, that's clearly the way that, I mean. Also, like I know we mentioned it during the Comic Corner, but they just recently laid off 9,000 fucking people
after a year with increased profit.
Yeah. So fuck you but so they did that and canceled a handful of games that people have been working on.
Most importantly, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark was one of those. Also an MMO.
I mean,
from ZeniMax.
most importantly because it's a franchise but it sounds like this MMO was
Most importantly, because they just showed a trailer for it like less than a year ago.
Yeah, and ZeniMax had been working on it for the last 7.5 years, and reportedly, this game was
so good they had to rip the controller out of
Phil Spencer's hands for multiple times because he would be late to meetings playing the early builds of this game. So, obviously take that with a grain of salt, but we could be probably pretty positive that that's what fucking happened. And fuck you, doesn't matter, can the whole thing, and we're doing that. So they laid off all of those people, all of that shittiness. But in all of that, they also, like, just in general, throughout their entire business model, they have made it so that there's kind of no reason outside of 2 games to own an Xbox at this point if you have a PC or any of the Halo that can run the Xbox Cloud app, right?
Yeah.
So, and those two games are two
Even
things.
Even a laptop, for that matter, yeah.
It's Halo Wars 2 and Halo 5. Those are the only 2 games that are locked to that console, right? Now, Halo Wars 2, I actually am like one of the bigger defenders. I think that game is fucking fantastic. I don't know why you would not put that out on anything. It would be free money for you. It's actually like the last like universally liked Halo thing that you've done in forever. So like, whatever, that choice is that choice.
So there's no, when you said those 2 games, I do find it interesting. There's no reason they've said for not putting those on anything else. They're just we made it for that. We've never gone back to do anything with it.
Who knows?
Fuck you. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
It can't be difficult to put that stuff on a cloud.
Unless they don't have the build of the game anymore.
Potentially.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Halo, but Halo 5's reason, I think, is a little bit. Halo Wars 2, I legitimately don't know. Other than what Preston mentioned, that maybe somebody lost the source code somewhere, or maybe they just don't see a profit in it. I guess I don't know why, but that could be it. Halo 5 is, I think, a little bit more nuanced. It's like still, even with all of Infinite's like foibles towards the end. The people still liked Infinite way more than they liked 5. I mean, people
Yeah.
hated 5, hated that game, and so it
I
would
mean,
not be worth.
it couldn't have had anything to do with the bait and switch of like building up the fact that there was going to be a big showdown between two main characters, and then it all built to nothing, huh?
Well, no, I mean
It
there
couldn't
was
have
still
been
there.
because
No,
of
I
that.
still like
honestly,
Halo
actually, I
5.
disagree. I think the problem was, I think the problem was because there was a big. There was actually like a big payoff in that story. The problem was is that it was all based on lore and things that only people like Jake and I knew about. Right? It's like the comic book, like the we talked about like when Jake was on, when he was talking about Thor 2, where like that movie's like
Hmm.
almost universally hated, but people that are super into Thor like him.
Correct.
So it was a similar thing here. Like Halo 5 spent so much time building on lore that like freaks like he and I liked, but like
Hmm.
there is plenty of people that were just and they spent no, in fairness, they spent no time explaining that to anybody, right? Like the game just starts and goes, you either know this or you don't, go fuck yourself. And it was like, well, for me that's cool because I know what that is, but for people who are just trying to play through it, they're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, so I get it, right? And then Infinite sort of kneecaps that whole thing by just being like, never mind, it didn't happen, don't pay, no, don't look, right? So either way, I think that game has a way more issues that stop it from coming forward. Moving on from that is that those are the only 2 games that are locked there, right? And so you start to have, it was an easy conversation, which is like, well, am I ever going to be in a position where I want to play Halo 5 or Halo Wars 2 ever again? Physically.
5,
Like,
maybe,
to the,
but-
like, where I have no internet, I'm stuck,
Yeah.
and I need to put a disc in, right? And the answer for me was simple. It was just, no, I won't. I think that eventually down the road, when emulation gets to the point where it is able to do all that stuff, I think that problem will get solved anyway, and it won't matter. But for the time being, I just am like, if those are the only 2 things that I'm losing out on, then what the fuck ever. Everything else is
Yeah,
available
man.
elsewhere, either physically or digitally, so it's not a big deal.
I'm glad I could help you to that decision.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, that's what we were talking about anyway. But it was so.
Yeah.
We packed it all up, and Preston and I made our way over there, traded some things in, and I had some money to spend after that one. So I snagged a healthy amount of things. A couple ones that I had just been wanting. So I got a JRPG on Xbox 360 that I've been wanting for a while called Infinite Undiscovery. Funny enough is that when I got that home, Preston, a thing I didn't notice, it was about $10 more expensive than I thought it was going to be when I saw it in the case. I was like, fuck it, whatever, it's here. I usually, I have a hard time finding that game anyway, so I'm going to snag it. Found out the reason it's $10 more expensive is because that is a brand new sealed copy that has never been opened.
Oh,
with
hell yeah.
Still with the Best Buy anti-tamper sticker across the plastic.
okay.
So then you
So
you
the-
went, well, shit. Never playing that game.
Yeah.
Have to find
Dude,
another.
so I was
one.
literally like, I pulled it out because they had it in their own plastic, right? So I opened it up,
Yeah.
and then I pulled it out, and then I'm like, why is there more plastic here? And then I turned to the side and I see the Best Buy thing. And I went, oh damn.
Yeah, on the sticker
I
it
was
will
like,
tell you
this
too.
is-
Yeah, not opened. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is sealed, and I was like, shit. And I was like, well.
Can't.
Now I have to go find a
can't-
second copy
yeah.
of this game so that I can actually play that one. But so that cracked me up. But either way, so I got that. Lost Planet 1. And then I picked up I ended up putting that back, so never mind. So then the other 2 things that I got were a Pokemon Diamond, a DS copy. And snagged that, so I've been playing that on my 3DS, which I'll talk more about here in a second. And the other thing I picked up was a Switch copy of Pokemon Violet. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna snag both of those, have them here, and I can play through them, and that's what I've been feeling like I've been playing through. So I've been playing through Diamond right now. I have not played Diamond. So that leaves the only ones that I still need are white or black 1 and 2, and then after that, I
Got all of them.
have them all in some
How
sort of
long do
form.
those games typically take you?
Uh,
Third, 20, 30,
well,
maybe
older
less.
ones that were on the handheld generations, I would say, yeah, like late 20s, early 30s,
Hmm.
and then the newer ones, I mean,
30, 40.
uh, maybe, yeah. I
Okay.
can't.
I would still
I
say
think
20
you
to
and I
30, if I had to
did
guess. Last
Legends
couple one I
Arceus in
played.
about 30, 40. I think was what you and I put into
That
it.
one didn't. Yeah, but that
But
wasn't,
some
in
of
my
but
opinion,
the
I could be
problem is
wrong.
most of
It
that
didn't feel like
is,
a typical Pokemon game, right? Like
but still
Sword
that's
and
still
I played
typical
Shield.
like,
length. The problem is
Yeah.
okay,
the difference is that towards the end, it's hard to measure that because the end is how much of those hours were us walking around looking for different things or trading or whatever. Like I was looking through my Pokemon
right.
bank and I was going through, there were so many things that I was looking that Preston and I had traded back and forth during the Sword and Shield stuff, that was still in there. Uh, but yeah, so I've been playing through Diamond. It's very fun. I did have a hell of a time uh, getting it to work at first, and I almost had to take it back, and I was going to be pretty bummed. But it was just I needed to take some rubbing alcohol and clean out the pins on the cartridge
Oh,
because
okay.
it was little dirty. Some for whoever owned it before. Um, but I cleaned that off. Works perfectly. Everything's great. So that's been cool. I played through. I only messed with like an hour of Violet, so I don't have too much to say about it other than I think coming to it now, there are a good amount of performance updates that have hit it. It seems so. It is not as bad as what I remember
Sure.
seeing at launch. The second thing is that it's strange. I want. It's gonna be a while till I can get back to it because I'm gonna be playing Diamond, but um, it like it's kind of surprising how much it respects your time in a way that like the tutorial takes 10 minutes and then it just goes, okay, everything's open. Like not only is like the Pokemon bank is open, so it's like fuck it, you want your all your shit, take it, do it right now, I
You
don't
have
give a
to
fuck.
defeat one or two gyms to
And then it's
unlock
like,
like
do
trading
you
or
want to
this and
start
that.
doing all of
Yeah.
your wonder trades for everything that you go for it? Here you go. Now I think to get those things to obey you, you still have to do gym battles and things,
Oh
but you
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
put
For levels,
them
yeah.
in it, and then it starts letting you collect all of the rewards for however many are in your Pokedex automatically. So I was just like, well, fuck it, I'll dump all of this stuff in there. And so it took me like 10, 15 minutes to go through all the rewards that the game was giving me for all of the discovered stuff that I had. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I cannot. Like, most games, most of these make you beat the game first before they let you move all of that stuff in. Someone's just like, fuck it, go for it. And it was like, Jesus Christ, okay.
Right.
Um,
And they realize they
and
can never make money off of that or do anything else, so they're like,
I
never
don't know.
again.
I
They could
genuinely
make
Never
don't
money
know
again
off
will
what
we
it.
it
do
was.
that.
Do not tempt them. They
Yeah,
will
yeah,
fucking find a way.
yeah, that's true.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
fucking
Game Freak
Pokemon.
will do that. But it was just, it's strange. I don't know. I'll have more to say on it whenever I get back to it. But Diamond's been very cool. It's been fun. I think that's it. That's all I've
Okay.
done.
Yeah. Went to the game store with Christian as well. I got the original copy of Wipeout on the PlayStation, but it's the like cardboard box case version of it. So it's a little
Yes.
taller than my
Hmm.
other PS1 games. So I was super stoked about that. And then I got for the GameCube. I've always wanted this game. I never got it, but it is the Ocarina of Time disc with the Master Quest attached to it as well. So that's the only place you can actually get the Master Quests for, where it like I don't know if it's like more. It says like more quests and more things to do in Ocarina.
Yeah, it's like an
So,
expansion on the game.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
expansion on the game, but you can only get it through the GameCube disc, and that
Yep.
combo copy is the only way you can get it. So
And now
Did I
Alex is
not
suddenly
give
thinking,
you
where do I?
that with the
you gave me Twin
GameCube? I
Snakes.
don't. No,
You didn't give
no,
me
no.
that.
I had that, and
Then you
I
still
know
have
I
it.
still don't have it. I don't think so. There's no reason for me to
Well,
have it.
you
I
may
can't
have
play
given it
anything.
to
Why would
the
I have
other
kept it?
person on that team who was in the middle of playing Ocarina or Majora's Mask at the time. You may have given it to
I don't
him.
think I gave that person anything.
You didn't give it to me. I
I
know
don't
that
think
for a
so.
fact. I would have held on to that.
Okay, maybe I have it somewhere. I don't know. I'll look. I don't
Keep
think I
looking,
do though.
buddy. I don't
I
have it.
actually hold on. I do. Are you talking about when we all met up in Chicago?
No, we're talking about when he gave me
No.
the silver GameCube way back in the day when we had the other podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I had a vague memory of you. Okay, never mind. So then, no, I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Maybe I have it somewhere. I don't think
You
so
did not
though.
give it to me. I got
I
Twin
don't
Snakes
know.
with it from you. That's what I got.
I don't know. I don't know why I would have kept that because I don't
I
have
don't know
anything to
why
play it
you would have
on.
had twin snakes in the fucking first place.
I did. I
You
recall having
did, because
that.
I gave it away to that
I think
guy.
he's mistaken. I think he's mistaken.
I'm not mistaken. I remember
So,
that. Either way, those are the two kits that I
You
got
have
there.
it now.
I got rid of a whole bunch of PlayStation 2 games that I got when I got my original PlayStation 2, which was from a college kid in the middle of a mall parking lot. I got that for $100, and he gave me like over a dozen games. And then I just kind of held on to
that
those.
shit
I'm
was
like, you know
stolen.
what? I don't need these. Let's get rid of them. So I did, and I got a nice little payout for it at the store. So I haven't touched them
Nice.
yet. I want to pull up. If I touch Ocarina, I'm gonna have a fucking day or not day of it. I'm gonna have to like make sure that's ready and good to go because I'm gonna play a lot of that. I haven't played Ocarina in a long time, so when I do start that up, I will. Wipeout, I'll probably just fuck around with one of these days when I get the PlayStation plugged in for one of the Star Wars games for PlayStation. I'll probably jump that in, just like play a little bit of Wipeout today. Other than that, like I mentioned before, I did still play some more Tony Hawk 3 and 4. I was watching kind of a retrospective, like, hey, what they changed, what they do different. Obviously, the Pro Skater 4 stuff is there, but like there was a lot of like weird young adult male bullshit. Like the hotels are named after something sexy, this and that. They removed all of that, which I'm okay with. The only thing I'm slightly not okay with, it's all now brand advertisement for everything. So there's Taco Bells, there's this, there's that, and it's all not funny made up stuff from the game. It's stuff that they definitely got paid to put in the game. So I'm sitting here like,
Yeah.
man, Tony Hawk's supposed to be kind of like punk rock, skater dudes and stuff like that. Now we got fucking moving from all that dumb young adult stuff to like corporate entities giving us
Tony
money.
Hawk. I like Tony Hawk, and he was on Office Ladies podcast recently. He was very
Okay,
good. With that being
to be
said,
very
Tony
clear,
Hawk is
Tony Hawk
is
has
a
almost
60
nothing to do with this game, just so we're clear.
Well, but no,
No,
he does.
he does.
He was working on it. He was talking
And he
about it.
picked
Yeah,
out a
yeah.
lot of
No,
new
no,
They've been
no,
songs.
working
he's a consultant. He's a consultant, and
But
he
sure,
gives.
Tossing
But like,
Taco Bell in there is not his call.
But I
yes,
actually look at it different than Preston. Tony Hawk is in his 60s. He's looking to continue to build
I
that
know,
nest egg.
but when I'm
He
playing
is
this, I'm
all
not thinking
getting
about
paid for that
60-year-old
stuff.
Tony Hawk. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
none of
back in the
that-
day we're all
yes.
having fun skating and listening to
all
CKY
those
and
decisions
shit.
are. Yeah, all those decisions are purely Microsoft. Tony Hawk has nothing to do with that.
And then now
whatsoever.
I cannot stop seeing the branding everywhere. So I'm still playing the game. I'm not hating it. I hate that I bought it, but if I bought it, I'm going to play it. It's beyond the return policy. And yeah, I'll play a little more 4, then I'll
Cool.
probably stop for a while.
Yeah.
Play more Cyberpunk. I got vehicles now. Your boys got vehicles. I did the one Delamain
Nice.
mission that you told me to do. I did that, and then I got a text being like, "Hey man, we're having dinner." I'm like, "Fuck!" Spoiler alert for. I'll beat that up. Yeah, we're going to.
For a game that's like 4 years
And
old.
it's
or
right at the
5 years
beginning.
Old, whatever, but it's.
And
But
I'm
still.
pretty sure every fan of that game has us blocked. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. It's more the people who aren't the fans that I don't want to spoil it for. But yeah, went to his funeral, got his motorcycle while I was out there, and then I did a side mission for some kid who wanted me to get his vehicle back from wherever it was with a bunch of gang leaders. I grabbed that car. He texted me, like in-game day later, be like, "Yo, I left town, and I got this real souped-up nice car back there. If you want it, it's all yours. Go get it, fam." I'm like, "Bet." And I got it, and it's a really dope-ass car. I'm not driving anything but that car. It's amazing. And then I think I'm going to like the outside of the city right now with some lady. I'm about to go and hang out with her because we need to get her convoy back, and that's going to help out with a whole bunch more of the missions. So I'm playing it. It's fun. It's great. I'm loving that world. That world is phenomenal. That world is keeping me in, is what it's doing. But yeah, enjoying that a lot. And then lastly, more Mega Man X. I finally beat all of the main bosses in Mega Man X, so everything in the square. At the last couple of them, I was like, okay, just tell me what the fucking weaknesses are. I'm tired of trying to mix and match shit. Because like I only have like 3 or 4 lives, and if I don't beat him by then I gotta redo the whole entire level for that boss again. And I'm just like, just tell me the
Yep.
weakness. So there's a couple weaknesses in there that are just like it's like, hey, you just almost defeat him immediately with this. So I got a couple of those in, and some of the names on these. One of them is like Boomer something, and it got me to giggle a little bit too. But it's like out of time and place. But now I'm after Sigma. So I haven't played much more outside of that, but I'm about to go take down Sigma, and that should finish it up. Zero showed up. I know he showed up a little bit in the beginning, but Zero showed up again. Zero is probably one of my favorite characters out of Mega Man. Don't get me wrong. Um, I can't remember his name off the top
Zero
of my
is the
head.
best.
Can't remember the name off the top of my head. Hang on a second. Give me 5 seconds. His name is Vile. He's pretty much purple Boba Fett. He's a purple Mandalorian. So he's also very, very cool. But fucking yeah. Zero is probably one of the coolest. He's got long hair. I think he's dope. But yeah, game's great. Having a fun time with it. Hopefully, I'll have it Sigma finished by next week, and if not, I'll come back here super pissed off because I will be fighting him over and over and over and over and over again. So, other than that, played a little bit more of the Getting Book Club we did this week, and then a bunch of editing. Other than that, that's my week.
Nice. I beat three games, one of them being the game we're going to talk about later this week in our book club. So I beat two other games.
Okay.
I will start with the one you guys know about. I beat Doom,
The Meh Ages.
Yeah, the May
Dark
Ages.
Ages, Dark Ages. That's
Preston's title was so good on that one.
Doom. I mean, Doom, the Dark Ages. Man, the the shooting felt nice. Like when you shot things, it felt great. Honestly, Christian, you missed it. The last four boss fights, so the last
I don't
three
think I did.
levels were
Good
incredible.
boss fights.
Like
Yeah, to a point.
they were the best part of
Oh,
the game.
sure.
It was bullet hell, and a couple were just one on one with the boss, and others were like rooms. Like the last three or four levels were
Hmm.
amazing. The concept of, I don't know how many people know this, I won't spoil it, but it doesn't all take place in hell. In Earth, right? Like those are the places it usually takes place. There's a new one in this one that brings in some like eldritch stuff, and it was great. The leveled look was fantastic. The puzzles were clever. They did so much well. But man, this like open world esque battlefield thing they kept doing was so poorly done. Like
Boring. I'm watching you
Doom is
play
about
this.
fast.
You clear out the area. I'm like, no enemies? You're like,
Yeah,
no, I'm just looking around for a purple key. I'm like, this is Doom now. Okay, all right.
yeah, man. And Christian saw that when he watched me play it too. It's just like it 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 drops off. Like it gets that part is bad. The mech part is bad. And like not only is the mech part bad, it's unfun. Like whenever I had a mech level, I just wanted to be like, can I go back and watch how those guys skipped these levels? Because
Mm-hmm.
this is just I don't want to do it. And the what makes the mech levels worse is that like it is literally left trigger dodges, and you can just dodge in any direction, so it's not even a big deal. And right trigger punches, and then you can do a super with RB, and like that's it. At least when you're in the world running and gunning, and you do have a fight, like the four or five fights they put in the level, those four or five short moments feel great because you're throwing the shield, you're bashing people, you're lunging forward, you're countering with the mace or whatever you're using, you're shooting. Like when they let you play the game the way Doom should be played, it felt great. The rest of it sucked. And don't ask me what the story was about because the story sucked too. Like I don't get it. So yes. So I beat that game. I immediately uninstalled it, which was great. I beat it right before the trial or my month runs out on xCloud, whatever. So yay. It's done. It came out this year. I marked off the list. The frustrating thing is like the parts that were good were so good that I could see it making my top 10, but like not higher than 9. Right? Like it would be like the last two to make it on. And really it just depends on how many games I'm actually able to complete from this year on it. Because They did great when you could play it. Although the one, even when you could play it, and Christian, I think I said this in the chat because you didn't get to see it either, and I don't even know if Preston saw like heard it because he was working. Um, the best music they say for the credits. Like there's a couple of times the music is bumping, but it's not often, and like the best music is right when the credits hit, and I was like, oh word,
I put this
video
here.
game, like that's what we're gonna
I'm
do.
not doing anything. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So yeah, so I beat that game. The other game I played and I beat was South to Midnight. So
Nice.
I
Okay.
knocked that one out. Yeah, South to
Damn.
Midnight.
South
I know.
of.
Yeah, South of Midnight. Sorry. Um, it was in. I don't know how to talk about this
I
game.
like the story. Like the story was really good. The combat was very basic. Like I was mentioning Kina and the Bridge of Spirits. It reminded me a lot of that. To where like
Yeah,
I like the story. Combat leaves something to be desired, but it's not horrible.
I forgot you said that, and in my mind, that's what it reminded me of was
Mm-hmm.
Kenna the whole time I
Mm-hmm.
was playing it. It is a great story, marred by absolutely shit combat,
I want to say
and
absolutely
like it's
shit. We played Tomb Raider just now. It's
absolute
not
shit
that bad.
combat. It's a game from
Golly.
2025. It's shit combat. Like I
It's
don't.
too much.
Woo!
It's not.
We're getting
I don't
You
agree.
you have
spicy
you have the
today.
same you have the same five enemies the entire game,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to kill them the same way. Nothing changes. In fact, again, the story was great. I just want to keep throwing it out there. The story was great. It tackled stuff from black culture, things that I'm not that in tune with. It tackled a little things of like generational trauma. It talked about this mixed family household of like this wealthy white family and their son who married a black woman and had a half, black kid. It tackled all of these things that were so well done. So the story, mwah, chef's kiss. Not only did the combat wasn't trash,
It's not
the
trash.
puzzles never changed. It was trash. The puzzles never changed. So pretty early on, you learn the mechanics of what the puzzles are going to be, and it's never different. And it got to the point where this game to me was 3-ish hours too long. And it's also to the point where like I love story. I'm not
I'm not gonna
sure.
lie. I don't hate black people, just so everyone's aware.
I'm not
I'm an
sure.
ally.
I'm not sure if it ranks ahead of Doom in the best games I've played this
Wow.
year. Because even though the
Can
story
I
was
here
shit
can
in
I
Doom,
I
when
haven't
when
played
you
it,
when you were
so
fighting, I was gonna say it did the things it wanted to do. Go ahead, Christian.
what did?
The game.
Doom, when you were
See,
fighting,
I
it did the
disagree.
things it wanted
Here's the
to.
thing: is I disagree. I think that everything that you showed me that I saw was the
Hmm.
exact opposite of what I think Doom is and should be, and it proved further to me that I think that, like I said before, 2016 was a complete
Hmm.
accident that they did not mean to fall into. Whereas,
No.
again, I have not played it, and
Yeah.
it almost sounds like I need to now, especially since it's on our Steam family share. But
Yeah.
I, based on what I have heard people talk about this game, I have heard people say that the combat is the worst part of this game.
It's bad.
Sure.
I have not heard people
I'll
say
give you
that
that.
it's shit before.
Yeah.
That does crack me up, I will say.
It's fine.
But and I was somebody who I couldn't finish Kenna and the Bridge of Spirits because I hated the combat so much. So
Oh, okay. All right.
we were on this
You're
podcast.
not
I
gonna
remember
love it.
saying
I
it.
know.
You're not gonna
remember.
love it. I can tell you
But
that. You're not gonna love it.
but but it does, from everything I've seen in the impressions I've seen people give, it does feel like South of Midnight was probably more true to itself than
One
what
hundred
Doom the
percent.
Dark
One hundred
Ages
percent.
was.
Yes.
And I think,
Like
to
I
me,
said,
that's the bigger sin.
that's fair. The story was
But I haven't
very
played it. You
good.
you
And, like,
did, so
the story was super good. The characters were good too. Like they were really well done, and the way they tied together. There were things like I actively did not like about that game while I was playing it. Like the little sections with Crouton, I got to the point where like again the puzzles don't change, which is what
They're not
frustrated me the
huge
most.
puzzles. It's
So
more just like give you something else to do other than just walk in combat.
Yeah, so like they tried to introduce these little challenges of like get over there, right? Like, oh, you got to bring down the bridge. How are you going to do it? So the puzzles never changed, and then they added this thing halfway through of crouton, which is as you're a weaver, you can kind of bring this little like stuffed animal to life sort of thing and use it. And every time from like there's 14 missions from like mission 6 on or level 6 on, it just got tedious where I was like, I don't can I do this without interacting with that mechanic?
A lot of
Because you're
them,
gonna have me
yes.
control
A lot
him.
of them are just like
I'm
extra
gonna run
pickups.
in.
Yeah.
What? But you don't know that offhand.
No.
You don't know it's an extra pickup until you get inside. And it's like, oh, here's your currency, and that would make me even more frustrated. It's like, fuck, like why do I even have to do this, right?
Do you think this game would have
So
been better if they had just made it a walking simulator and focused on puzzles and storytelling as opposed to combat at all?
no, I think this game would have been better as if you would have knocked it from 14 levels down to 8 levels, kept the same combat and kept the same story, just took out some of the middle fluff stuff, like.
But would
Because
you
not
have? But
every
wouldn't you?
level ended in a boss. Not every level ended in something big, right? So you could just cut
Would you have
it
still came
down.
away from being like this game has shit combat?
Yeah, yeah. This
So it
combat's
sounds
bad.
like maybe the combat just shouldn't be there then.
That's fair, but like I don't know that everyone would be as satisfied with it if the combat wasn't there,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
It's
know.
possible. Yeah.
Like
You are the first
I,
person I've heard say that it has shit combat, so I don't. I've heard.
bro,
I've
go
heard
play it.
that.
You press the
Yeah.
square button 7 times until the enemy falls back and has this little thing above its head, and you go and press Y and you rip the thread
There's
out of
so
it.
much more to that, but
And
okay.
there's not. Oh, I'm so, there's a force push and a force pull.
And a
I apologize,
possession,
but it's
and
so.
yes.
But Preston, none of it's necessary. You beat the
But if you want to
whole
add variety
game
to your
just
combat, you're going to add that
mashing.
shit to it.
Yeah,
But I
but you
You
shouldn't
should.
just
The
have
press
game
the
should
X button the
I
entire
incentivize
time.
shouldn't
You're
you.
not adding
have
variety.
to though.
No,
I
I agree
shouldn't
with that. The game
have.
should put you in situations in which you need to use that, like use your whole kit. Like it's
I
like the
mean,
Devil
they
May
get a lot
Cry
of
2
enemies out there to
problem.
where you should be possessing this guy. You got to attack this guy a certain way to get him out. And like, yes,
It's like
it's
the
not
Devil
as
May Cry 2
complicated as
problem
other
where
games, but
there are other moves in that game, but the fact of the matter still remains that you can beat the entire game just by pressing the stinger button, and so people just do that because you can,
I did
and it's
not
like
just do that.
sure, but
But you
I'm just saying
can.
you
I,
right. But if the game is not set up in a way where it stops you from doing that and doesn't say like no, you need to interact with
mhm.
it'd be like the thing like Souls games. None of them would be as popular as they were if everybody found out that there was just a button you could press just to steamroll the whole game.
It's a different
And
game.
like, and that's, and what happened is like,
He's saying that that's what he did.
if
I have not played it. I'm just he said all he
if
did was
there
press square and then
if
finished
there
an
was
enemy and
more
that's it.
if there was more variety, I probably would have interacted and made things challenging for myself. Like tried some of the other things, but the problem is like I didn't love the puzzles. I didn't love dealing crouton, and I didn't love the fighting combat. So it became get me through this as quick as possible. And the quickest way is mash attack, mash square, and press
Yeah, if you're
triangle.
already done with it,
And
then yeah.
even that, like, so again, I really liked the story.
Yeah,
The
great story.
artwork was cool.
The
Like I
art's
thought the
great.
patchwork thing
Yep.
they did was pretty cool, and the music was good. It was very music heavy
Mm-hmm.
throughout, and like original music and very like Southern Louisiana, New Orleans
Mm-hmm. Some
inspired and stuff. So
jazzy, yeah.
that was all great. It was all great. But I had as I was playing it the whole time, I was like, this is just Kenna. Like the whole time, like this is as far as combat and puzzle and stuff. Like this is
Yeah,
Kenna,
I agree. I agree with you.
told in this
I would
way.
say
Um,
probably combat's a little bit better, but I've been so removed from Kenna that I can't remember a lot of the combat. I would say it's a little bit better, maybe, but you're not too far off.
yeah. So, but it was good. So
Oh,
those are the two games that I.
if Kenna's better than this, oh boy.
Just play it and let us know.
You're not. You're not gonna love it. But you should play it. But I think Christian, now I want you to play it at some point this year, just so either like you can tell me I'm wrong or vindicate me. Like I
Yeah,
need
we
to
need that
know.
we need a third opinion.
All right, I'll play it.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was that. Like I said, I beat those two games. Pretty excited about it. I immediately.
You
So here's
sound like it.
here. Well, because it's done, and I could check it off. It's a game I want to
Yeah.
play. I could check it off the list. It was short. So the two things I did, like as soon as I finished that game, I uninstalled it and I downloaded Citizen Sleeper 2.
There
So
you
I'm going to
go.
dive into Citizen
Hell
That's
Sleeper 2
yeah.
next. And then as soon as I beat our book club game, I uninstalled it instantly and went ahead and
Speedrun
downloaded
any
Metal Gear Solid
percent.
3 because I
that's
because I
next.
know what we're
Yeah.
going to be playing soon. So I know I have those two games in my docket. I went ahead and queued them up, and that is where
Yeah.
I'm
Has
at.
been
So yeah, that
foretold.
was my week.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Yeah.
see? I know obviously this Easter egg has been a thing forever, but are if not, I won't spoil it so it can happen. But are you guys aware of the ladder Easter egg in Snake Eater?
I know there's a ladder that takes forever to climb. I don't know
Uh
if there's a
huh.
trick to it or
No,
something, but I
no, no.
know
There's
it
no.
takes like
It's no. It's purely like a. No, no. It's just a thing that happens.
cause like
There's no like
okay,
a
because I was
gotcha.
thinking
It's just
because in like Doom, for instance, in one of those puzzles, I was running around a circle for like 4 minutes, and I'm like something has to be wrong because I got locked in this like hallway. I turned around and the door's behind me, and it was like one of those like mind things of like, haha, I gotcha. So
yeah.
it's
No, no,
not like
no, 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 no,
there's
no,
no
no, no.
trick
This is
to
you are. It's
this.
a
Okay.
critical path. You're going. You do it, and then a thing happens, and it has been this. It's like the Raiden twist in two. Like
Yeah,
it's a thing that people have talked about. It's not a twist. It's just a thing that happens. But if you
yeah.
guys were aware of it already, I was going to tell you about a thing that an Easter egg that's in the new Donkey Kong game that I thought Preston would
Oh,
appreciate. But if you guys don't know about it,
do
I'll
not.
save it, and then when we get there in the game, I'll
Shall we
talk
get there?
about it. But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right. Cool. Well, with that, thank you all for hanging out with us this week. Don't forget to check in later this week. We're going to talk about our final part of Black Ops 2, as Christian says, 80% speed run, right?
Well, I
So
meant for
yeah,
the
it's
uninstall. It was the same way I did for Tomb Raider, but
oh
yeah.
yes, yeah. So check in with that. We'll have some fun stuff to talk about there. It was
Mm-hmm.
interesting. So, and then Christian will be announcing his next game, which we
Whatever
kind
that'll
of
be.
spoiled, and he told us 4 months ago, which is going to be Metal Gear
Well,
Solid
the
3. So don't
hilarious
forget to
part is
tune in
that
for
you
that.
just did the same thing with Tomb Raider, but you're being so indignant about it right now.
I'm not being indignant. I'm
Like,
looking
man, you
forward
just
to
told
it.
us 4 months ago.
So anyway, we'll come hang out with us later this week, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. We will catch you next week. With that, Preston, you know what to do.
Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.